Wait a minute. This isn't the Wily Wars music. I don't remember there being a duo in my Wily Wars. What the heck is going on? I did maybe promise a little bit in my Discord. I wanted to show off something I did last night, but hey, hi, what's up, everybody? It's been like 2 weeks or some shit like that. I don't feel like doing the math, despite how easy and exactly correct I was with that 2 weeks estimation. How's it been? I hope it's been good for you. I have plenty of things to yap about and things to say. But I will say I've overall been pretty well. It was a nice break from streaming. I needed to recharge and just kind of do some stuff for me. And, you know, I have a couple of minor convention stories to talk about. But it does feel good to be back. I am at that point where I do start to actually miss streaming now, because it's kind of like, it's fun, and it's kind of like my social interaction for the week. So, yeah, lay the tea on you. We'll get to that in a moment. First, I'm going to stay on topic and get maybe this little side version out of the way. So, I did mention last night, I maybe stayed up a little bit too late playing the Mega Man 9 challenges. And I did do a self-imposed challenge of when I went over to this one, the extra challenges. Can I scroll? No, I can't scroll that way. I did the boss rush as with Buster only challenge, and as I was doing that, I'm like, God, this is kind of too easy. I want a run that I'm proud of doing, right? And so I decided as I was trying to do this more and more, that I wanted to do this run deathless, Buster only, and that what a shitty decision, what a dumb, stupid decision, because that took 2 hours of my life. But at the very least, I can now say that I did this run in like 6.5 minutes. And so yeah, I just recorded the replay, and I wanted to very briefly just kind of brag about it and show my performance. We will get to the Wily Wars in like less than 10 minutes. I assure anybody chomping at the bit for it in chat, we'll get there. But if you'll just indulge your streamer for a moment, I did want to show this replay because I didn't spend 2 hours of my life for nobody to see this. And move my mouse out of the way. But yeah, so it was funny. Concrete Man was not the person who I was starting with every single time, because he's not the hardest boss, but just like right before this, Concrete Man had gotten me and ruined my last run and was tilting me. And so I'm like, I needed to get rid of him for my own well-being, to be like, why am I suffering against Concrete Man? And lo and behold, as you'll see here, I did in fact actually get a no damage run against Concrete Man. So I still had it. I proved it to myself that I had still got it, and there we go. Now, the real problems begin with the next 4 Robot Masters. So, Jewel Man, I think, is probably the second hardest one for me, because at the very least, playing this at like 2 in the morning, or 1 in the morning, I was really not, I was not mentally prepared to just be doing this fight slow and steady and like just chipping away at him slightly when I was like doing things safely. I want him dead fast. And so I'm going for this aerial, shoot his gems in the air strategy, so that way I can spend more time just shooting at Jewel Man. Then in other runs, I did just constantly jump myself into the jewels that I had managed to make him shoot off early, because I'm an idiot. But this run actually went really well. And I do believe I also got a perfect run off on Jewel Man, too. This took such a long time. Or it took a long time before I was getting perfect runs on Jewel Man, but eventually I kind of got him. I think, where am I going to next? Okay, Plug Man is, I agree, Plug Man is my number 1 hardest Robot Master in Mega Man 9. This bastard has such good area control. He dominates the arena. You have to think about where he is going more than you landing your own shots. I did get hit there, but I believe during this run, that's the only time I actually got hit during Plug Man. I did get a couple of perfects off on Plug Man, but Plug Man can just sometimes throw himself into a corner with you, and there's not much you can do about that. This run, thankfully, that didn't end up happening, so I was able to take most of my health into the next runs. which I do also agree that Magma is one of the hardest. I thought I was going there, I was going to talk about Magma Man, but actually, here's Hornet Man. I don't know why. I am dog shit at Hornet Man. I don't get it. I understand the strategy is shoot the bees and, like, then just shoot him. It's not very difficult, but, like, I don't know. I managed to choke, like, really hard a lot of the time doing him Buster only. Like this, I just flat out miss all of my shots, and then I have to spend a lot of extra time recuperating or do a, you know, risky kind of move like that to dodge him. I don't know why. I know Hornet Man is like a pick for first for many. Hornet Man is like one of the harder Robot Masters in my mind for some reason. I'm just like I'm bad at it. I don't get it. But then Magma, I do agree. Magma sucks because like Magma is really just like, do you have the muscle memory timed out in your brain to like run under him when he does like a little short hop? If you don't, then you're not gonna make it. But if you do, then it's like, okay, the battle is won. It's just a very kind of tight thing to execute every single time, unless you're, you know, you have the rhythm down perfectly. You have to be locked in for Magma Man. One thing I do appreciate about Mega Man 9, for as much as this game frustrates me, is just how short the iframes are for all the Robot Masters. You can really gun these guys down when you know what you're doing. It is very, very nice. Tornado Man is... I don't really consider him to be that hard. I got the 4 hardest Robot Masters done by this point, for me. But, like, I don't know, I was kind of choking at Tornado Man a good number of the times with stupid shit like that, not weaving in between the tornadoes, so I took him on next. I do love how much Tornado Man just stands there and just kind of takes it half the time. It's really great. You don't have to really aim all that much. Yeah, I mean, the games that don't have the charge shot do have shorter iframes to compensate, but you can really tell that 9 and 10s feel even shorter than, like, say, 1, 2, and 3s. So, like, I appreciate that about 9 and 10 quite a bit. Okay, so at this point, I was like, okay, I'm home free. I have Splash and Galaxy left. These two are not hard Robot Masters. Like, the adrenaline was, like, on full blast in my veins, because I was really at this point of, like, don't screw this up. Please don't screw this up. You are right there, Crash. Just don't jump right into the fish. Don't jump right into the laser trident. You could do this. I want to go to bed kind of mentality. And so thankfully we get a no-hit off on Splash, and I do believe we also get the 4th no-hit of this run on Galaxy Man. So, yeah. This took up so much of my night. You could also see how much I was panicking kind of at this point, because, like, I'm not doing the effective, like, flick shots back at Galaxy Man, and I'm also, like, not properly leading the black hole bomb for a little while here. For some reason, I'm just, like, not doing the, like, typical, like, twisting motion that you want to do to, like, get a good amount of space between him and you. So that kind of probably cost me an under 6-minute run, but you know what? At this point, I was happy to take it. It's a sloppy end, but it's fine. You don't need to be perfect against Galaxy Man of all Robot Masters. And then here you can see I'm back in my groove. And the fight goes a good bit quicker as a result. So yeah, I've been actually playing a lot of Mega Man 9 lately. I just kind of, you know, decided to play it again on a whim, because I think I'd only beat Mega Man 9 like once or twice in the past. And I just kind of said, you know what, I haven't done it very much, let me go do it. And I've been, you know, doing a handful of playthroughs. I decided to get all the challenges done while the stages and bosses were fresh in my mind. So, yeah, I don't know. This was neat. Provided you don't have any more Doom maps to vet, you kind of want to try this yourself, yeah, go for it. It's a really good challenge. Mega Man 9's roster, I would say, is probably harder than most of the other Mega Man classic games out there. Like, Splash and, as you saw, Splash and Galaxy are really not all that challenging, all things considered. Jewel Man can be tricky if you're as impatient as I am. Hornet Man can be tricky if you're inaccurate as I am. And Concrete Man and Concrete Man really gives you a run for, like, how well you can, like, anticipate everything. I always have, like, a little strategy of, like, you want to be just just starting to run away from Concrete Man whenever he's about to wind up a new attack. That'll give you enough reaction time to dodge anything he throws at you. But, you know, it definitely is kind of a reflex test. Tornado Man is just a spacing test. Plug Man is an everything test. He tests your brain, he tests your reflexes, and he tests your ability to challenge his area of control. Plug Man's a real tough one, but once you understand him, it is very satisfying to do. Well, anyways, that's enough not the Wily Wars for now. So, give me a second, and I will actually transition over to that. Studio mode, back in OBS. Now you all get to see the would you prefer $1 or $2 meme? I don't know. I think I would take the $1 because not a lot of vendors would accept a $2 bill in the modern era, I don't think. They would look at this and be like, what the fuck is this? Why, George Washington, why are you in my 7-Eleven and why are you paying with a $2 bill? Anyways, let's open up the retro bit version of this game. And then we will also go into full screen. There we go. Wait, what? Window size max? No, I thought that's what I did. Oh, there we go. Switch to full screen. And then, is it working? I know the Capcom logo takes a second to load up. Oh no, come on, BizHawk. Are you really gonna do this to me again? right before a stream gets started? Alright, let's launch BizHawk again. I tried to have it up to be like, oh yeah, you know, I want it to be totally ready so that way I can, you know, get everything going and it'll all be great. Don't you think it's great? But of course, BizHawk wants to prove me wrong again. Curse of Sweet Home strikes once more. Okay, come on, load it up. The Genesis. Rewind started. There we go. Now you can hear the Capcom startup noise. All right, now let's go to full screen and let's capture that. Main content capture. There we go. Is the window sized correctly? Yeah, it looks to be sized correctly. Okay. Turn off studio mode. And switch our way on over. And we can get rid of the apologetic streamer wants to brag for a second text. Now that we're actually here at the Wily Wars. Thanks for waiting, everybody. Let's see. George Jefferson, Thomas Washington. Yeah, I don't know. BizHawk was just, I had it already for the Sweet Home stream, so I was just like, you know what? Why am I going to go bother to find a new emulator when I could just use BizHawk, the everything emulator? It's, it'll work, right? As the Australians would say, she'll be right. Okay, let me just adjust the audio so that way it's back down to the correct slider. But yeah, let's actually watch the intro cutscene because I don't think I did previously. Play? No, not that. I froze it up again. God damn it. SEGA Genesis. Come on. BizHawk's doing the exact same thing that it did last time we tried to play the game. That's not it's doing the exact same thing down to even not working the moment I try to actually do it properly on stream. Because for anybody who remembers, last time I tried to play Sweet Home, I tested it in off stream and I tried streaming it on an unlisted stream and it worked and it was great. But now that I'm trying to do it live, it does not work and it is not great. Come on. You full screen. Okay, there we go. Finally. All right. I think the OBS window is slightly wrong. Let me fix that real quick and hope to God it doesn't fall apart. Okay, I believe this is supposed to be like this, and then 1459 pixels. right? I think that's correct. No, it's a little bit too wide. Oh no, the lights are out. What's happening? Who are all you people? I can't do a very good Patrick Star impression, so I apologize for that. Edit transform, but here we are with the Wily Wars, and the keen-eyed of you may have noticed that booted up significantly faster, and the music was much more on-tempo. I'm in fact playing the Retrobit kind of third-party recreation cartridge ROM of the Wily Wars, because the original version is really only available in the European version, which due to regional differences plays at 50 Hz instead of 60 Hz, and not only is there hardware problems that causes a lot of slowdown, but there is also the fact that the what was I saying? Oh yeah, there is also the fact that just because it plays at 50 Hz rather than 60 Hz, it's going to be a lot slower, and the music is wrong. Hearing the Capcom logo sound come up at like, what is that, 5/6 of its normal speed is very cursed. It's not good. But yeah, I think I have everything set up controller-wise. I say that and... Okay, great. Hold on, let me replug my controller back in. Okay, I did have it set up controller-wise. Config, controllers, please. Z, X, and C. Player 1, A, B, and C. X1 right shoulder button. A. Okay, it's doing it twice for some reason. A little odd. Oh, wait, that's right. I want it to be left shoulder, not that. Save? Please? There we go. Okay. Yeah, thank goodness for the Retrobit version. I mean, when I tested this out on Cutman stage, it wasn't so unbearably slow that I couldn't play the original version of the game. But, I figured also that just for quality of life purposes, might as well just play the Retrobit version, because there's not a lot that really changes between the two. It's just, I guess I wanted to have something that was, better for me. So, yeah. I'm not going to tackle these stages in any particular order. I guess I'm just going to take up Cutman first, because I've already seen the stage, and so we might as well just kind of get it out of the way while I'm, still kind of yapping at the beginning of the stream and all that kind of good stuff, recapping on what I've been up to. But, yeah, after that, I don't know. I'm free to just take whatever the audience wants for whatever stage to take on next. Let me take a drink of water here and we can get started. Okay. This stream's sponsored by Waterman. I can't already say, like, and this is the most obvious thing in the world, but I do actually really like the graphics of the Wily Wars. They're very nice, all things considered. Uh-oh, that's not my button configuration. That's not what I... Oh, right, because I didn't... Oh, that's right, because I didn't actually configure it on the menu screen. Everything's wrong. Wait, oops, hold on. We can't do this. This is absolutely the worst control scheme I've subjected myself to. We have to do this again. And oh, my spacebar is being pressed. Okay. One moment. Again, one moment. We won't have this jank next time. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I should probably redo the configuration too, because I definitely messed a couple of things up here. Okay, so let's see. Escape clears this. We want to have that. Left shoulder. We want to have this be the B button. And then we want to have this be the right shoulder button. Okay, and then we also want to do keyboard backups. All right, save that. Press the start button. Options. Shots. Jumping. Window. Okay, good. And hey, just like that, we're back at Cutman stage. Nothing happened in that, like, minute, right? Streamer blast. Y'all didn't see anything, right? Anyways, yes, I do really like the graphics of the Wily Wars. I mean, who wouldn't in comparison nowadays to like what Mega Man 1 used to look like? Because, you know, Mega Man 1's very flat and boring nowadays, but you know, Wily Wars is a really nice touch-up for Mega Man 1 so far, and I imagine that it'll probably be nice for the rest of the Mega Mans as well. What's fun about this playthrough is that you'll get to see how well-tread I am actually at the original handful of games, because yeah, I should probably be breezing through these. I'm not a betting man, but if it weren't for that little Mega Man 9 diversion at the beginning of this stream, I bet you I could probably have finished this Mega Man 1 before the 2 hours were up. Also interesting, it seems that they managed to keep the consistent weird damage physics of, or knockback physics of Mega Man 1 in the Wily Wars Recreation. I got knocked forward there from the Susie hitting me from behind, whereas in any other game I probably would have been knocked backwards. One thing rather interesting about the Wily Wars version is that the super block damage values are consistent regardless of which weapon you have equipped. Does the super arm... I mean, I've never tried it before. Are you able to change weapons after throwing a super arm rock and that causes the damage to be different? If so, I've never actually tried that before and gives me a good reason to play the original NES version again, just so I can mess around with that. Well, one thing I will say about the Wily Wars I should point out now before I forget. I love the ladder climbing animation. The ladder shimmy for Mega Man is so adorable. It's also really smooth. Like, I didn't expect it to look that smooth for some reason. Like, it looks really good. Just wanted to point out the tiny things that are making me happy. You know, before I get onto some of the things about the Wily Wars that are maybe a little irritating so far, like the fact that I can't really buster spam so easily. I can't just fan the hammer like I normally would to like take out, say, this big eye. I kind of have to do some dodging. But, you know, the Retrobit version at least has a maximum mashing speed much more akin to what I'm used to. Like mashing casually. So I'm probably going to have a lot fewer inputs be eaten on my shots. Big Eye, you want to drop me a little health pellet, please? That would be pretty cool. Ah, no. Okay. Energy pallet. Two-shot Cutman with a super arm because Thunder Beam will shatter the blocks. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. Block to be retains the same damage values as the weapon you're currently equipped with. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to actually try that out because I'd love to see just, you know, what some of the other things could do if you manage to screw with the game pretty hard. Yeah, it is nice to have just real solid environment design. Now, granted, I still have no idea, like, where Cutman is, per se. But, you know, it's at the very least more of a place than the kind of just, you know, cyan backgrounds that we previously had. It is also interesting, and I think that many other people who've played the Wily Wars note this, but, like, my muscle memory is definitely a little bit fighting me a little bit here against Cutman, because my instinct is to just absolutely fan the hammer on him constantly. But if you do that, you kind of mess up his jumping pattern a little bit, because the knockback is not the same, and he reacts slightly differently to everything. So you kind of don't... You want to play a little bit more passively against Cutman than you would on the NES version. You want to just let him jump over, then shoot him when he gets on the ground. Or more specifically, once he gets his blade back in his head. So that way you don't, you can just keep him consistently locked in to this simple little pattern here. Otherwise, he'll kind of go gorilla mode on you, and, well, that's not going to end well. Though it is also a little annoying. They removed Cutman's slight weakness of the Buster. You actually have to shoot him 28 times, not 14. What a tragedy. What a tragedy. Oh well, poor Cutman could kind of use the boost. He's not exactly threatening, otherwise. And I just dropped water on my desk. Great. Alright, is this how I press the save button? There we go. Okay, cool. Theoretically, if you place super arm blocks in Iceman's arena, hit him with Thunder Beam, they should do 10 damage to him. Oh, cool. Nice. Have you noticed the jump is quite delayed in this version? Hey, Chris. Welcome back. I actually haven't really. I guess there's a slight delay in the jump, so it's not quite as tight, but honestly, in comparison to Mega Man 1 NES physics, this game feels better to play, honestly. I don't like having the weird slidey ice physics that Mega Man 1 has. Now, granted, they aren't game ruining for me whenever I actually play Mega Man 1, but, you know, it's nice to not be slip-sliding around everywhere, and, you know, if the penalty is a little bit of a jump squat delay, I'm okay with that. Oh, Cutman takes 3 damage? I thought he took 2. Oh, whatever. Anyways, hey, where do y'all want me to go next? Because I don't have a particular order in mind for what I'm doing today, and while I could hit random, I might as well just poll you all for which one that I want to, play. Oh yeah, Powered Up is definitely a version of the game I still need to play. I do love... that just also had the problem of, ports? Accessible ports for that game? What accessible ports? You don't need those. I mean, yeah, I could go to Bomb Man if you want. Sure, why not? Guts Man, Bomb Man. Chris got there first, so we'll go to Bomb Man next. Yeah, I've done Weakness Order a million times, but, you know, it could be nice to break off of Weakness Order after that, so could be good. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to see. Fog in the background, thin clouds. Don't you love your stratus clouds? Do I remember my 5th grade cloud education? Those are like stratus clouds or something like that. The only one that anyone ever remembers is cumulonimbus because it's ominous and it sounds exactly like the, you know, thundercloud it's meant to represent. Oh, these guys don't make noises anymore? That kind of sucks. I mean, maybe it's good they're not absolutely destroying my eardrums, but like, I kind of miss the big explosions. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I guess I could talk about, oh, you thought this was Powered Up, Lamau? Oh, wait, yeah, true, I don't know why. You managed to fool my brain into thinking that that you were correct and just saying, oh yes, Bomb Man is in fact weak to Cut Man. This is Mega Man Powered Up. That's okay, I don't need to go Weakness Order, and as a result, we can go and mess with Sniper Joe over here. Button? Button, okay. Okay, I like how the thing just bounces off of him. That's fun. It's not exactly effective, though. Let's switch back to the Buster. Come on, Joe. Alright. Well, anyways, I could talk about, yeah, so I was at ASIN, last weekend, which, for anybody not in the know, that is the Midwest Anime Convention held in the Chicagoland area. And, you know, I went because my friends have kind of gone there many years in a row, and I was like, oh, you know, okay, maybe I may as well join the fun. Everyone says it's a great time. So, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go back, fly home, and, you know, meet everybody there, have a good time and all. And, you know, I wouldn't say that this was a disaster of a convention I went to. I still managed to have some fun. But, you know, overall, it really just kind of wasn't my thing. Like, I would describe ASIN as a combination of two things. Wild parties and a testament to consumerism. And while, you know, wandering the vendor alley and the artist alley to see all the cool merchandise on display was nice, I'm also not really much of a merch guy. I don't really buy a whole lot of merchandise. So, like, yeah, I purchased a handful of things, but, you know, browsing stuff to purchase eventually got kind of old. So, and it especially got really stale after, like, I don't know, the 3rd time I walked the goddamn artist alley with my friends, because all of my friends decided to show up and go to the artist alley in, like, staggered, I'm trying to say, they staggered their interest in going to the artist alley, their visits to the artist alley. Like, I had gotten there early on Friday? On Friday, yeah, and so I was able to meet up with one of my friends who was staying at the hotel with some of my other friends, and they had apparently pre-gamed pretty hard on Thursday night with a whole lot of drinking and wild partying in their hotel room. And, you know, I wasn't there to be a part of that just because I was arriving on Thursday night, and, like, you know, I had somewhere else that I was staying with a different friend. And so, you know, I walked the artist floor with him first. Oh, Bomb Man's very different. He has much better spacing than he used to. Oh, he still takes a lot of damage from the Buster, though, so that's good. But yeah, I meet up with him first. I walk the alley then. Takes a couple hours. That's fine. We head up to the hotel. We hang around for a little bit before meeting up with some of our other friends who had finally woken up and, like, eaten food after an all-night rager. And then met up with everyone, you know, after we did that. Well, one of them came in cosplay, and so he wanted to walk the artist alley again, so that way he could show off his cool cosplay, and so everybody else could go ahead and, like, you know, get their cool stuff, purchase their cool things. So I'm walking that again, and then, you know, then the nightlife starts, and this is where stories about the ragers that try to happen on Friday occur. Before I continue ignoring chat and talking about my weekend experience, where are we going next? What stage do y'all want to see? I'll catch up on chat while you answer that question. Rolling Cutter got nerfed due to the mechanical game changes. Now plinks off the shielded enemies instead of retaining the NES pseudo-piercing. Yeah, I guess that sucks, but at least we get a cool animation for it now. 3 of the weapons get buffed, 2 got nerfed, and 1 remained about the same. Yeah, alright, I'll take that. That's a pretty good rebalancing, all things considered. Yeah, Bomb Man really does enjoy Sniper Joe. It's kind of, a little sad. Hyper Bomb got buffed. Yay! Oh, good. Now explodes immediately after stops moving. Oh, sweet. It, like, actually works as most people want it to. It's still not great, but it's decent to use. Okay, that's good. Why don't we visit your old friend Gutsman? Gutsman, alright, we're going to Gutsman. I've got a bid for Gutsman. Gutsman, anybody here want to say Fireman? Fireman, no, it's going to Gutsman. Gutsman, and Gutsman sold. Oh shit, those cliffs, like, actually look kind of real. I feel like I'm playing Half-Life right now. Anyways, hey D, welcome. Oh good, they still make the weird noise, except now it sounds like a fish that's, like, gasping for air rather than, like, I have no idea what the other one sounded like, but it was loud and obnoxious. Oh boy, that's weirdly timed. Usually I don't have to make that jump again. Yeah, the mountain's got some nice depth and shading going on for it. Graphics coming back to you because they're the ones that Mushroom Kingdom uses. Oh, that's nice. Gutsman is a meme in this game. Wily even has a statue in his fortress. Yeah, it truly is. It kind of established that Wily does love him some Guts. Actually, can I jump down to the lower platform? Ooh, I can. I probably should have did that earlier, though, if I wanted to do that. Huh. Alright, this might actually take a little bit more thinking, because that's definitely different than the NES version. I'm pretty sure those normally always kind of come in on, like, the same area, but it seems that here on the Genesis version, they're on a global timer rather than a local timer. So it definitely kind of messes with my memory of what to do. Okay, there we go. Just 2 dead Mega Man at the bottom of the pit. Don't look down there. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Oh, right. Enemies have, like, slight invincibility frames. It's harder to mash down the Picket Men. At least the Picket Men fire way less rapidly to kind of compensate for that. But anyways, yes, continuing the Asen stories. So after we'd kind of, you know, walked the Artist Alley a second time, which took multiple more hours off of my potential con experience, we had then waited in the hotel to kind of meet up with some people again, and basically that's around when the nightlife kind of started. And man, y'all, I thought that my friends were, like, kind of, to put it uncharitably, losers like myself. I thought that they enjoyed, you know, hanging out, maybe at least some of them hanging out, being quiet, you know, maybe drinking and playing games a lot and stuff like that. No, they were down for like loud partying with substances that I was not interested in using, and meeting random people and not like introducing me at all to said random people. It was not fun. Really kind of not a great experience. Oh boy, Gutsman is a little bit different. That rock pattern is slightly off, and he actually aims at you a lot better. Ow, fuck. Hey, wait a minute, hold on, focusing. Okay, there you go. You gotta kind of stand there and let Gutsman's rock shatter, so that way you can jump over it. Otherwise, he'll lead his shot and actually tag you. Huh. Well, at the very least, it feels like Gutsman's a little less random than he was on the NES. He just kind of went crazy on the NES and just did whatever he wanted with the rocks. That was at least a bit more of a predictable pattern. It was harder to execute. But yeah, so like my friends wanted to do that, and I was like, this is not my scene, like at all. Like, I don't know what to do here. And then they also wanted to go to the rave afterwards, and like, I kind of ended up going early with one of my other friends who was like, he was my host and wasn't really like into it in the same way I wasn't. And yeah, we lasted about like 25 minutes there. He kind of, you know, had fun. He went and, you know, flopped around for a little bit in the rave, and I got a fun video of him, and like that was really cool. But otherwise, like, I was not having it. It's too loud, too randomly bright, too, why am I flopping around in front of strangers? This isn't fun. I don't understand how this is fun. So yeah, that was like, Friday was a little bit of a downer as a result for that. I didn't really enjoy most of my experience, but it was good, you know, kind of touching base with some friends. So like, you know, it's up and down, blah, blah, blah. Catch up on chat again while you all vote for the next stage. Mass-produced Gutsman, since his fortress in this game is manufacturing plant. Yeah, I guess so. He just had some spare metal, some spare copper wire. Instead of selling it like a true crackhead would, he decided to just refashion it into a bunch of Gutsman. So, I mean, shows where Wily's priorities are, right? Gutsman actually hard, not clickbait. A little bit more difficult. Honestly, I found him a little bit more predictable than the NES version. I like that. It's a little bit more execution based, and I enjoyed that. Yeah, so yeah, the partying was not super fun. It was way too much overload. I do kind of agree that raves are crazy. Oh, D, good thing for suggesting the Sequel Wars. I wanted to bring that up. I know I said last time that I was going to do like 4MI as like the thing after this. I don't remember why I said that, because I definitely said in a stream a couple weeks beforehand that I was going to follow up the Wily Wars with the Sequel Wars, at least whatever exists of it. So, you know, doing at least Mega Man 4, and if, I don't know, if the whole, like, Mega Man X7 preview copy gods want to shine upon me again and deliver Mega Man 5 Sequel Wars right as soon as I'm done with the Wily Wars again, that would be pretty sweet. But, you know, if that doesn't happen, then we'll just kind of settle for the Sequel Wars. And I guess, I don't know, if we're still on the topic of Mega Man 4, then maybe 4MI. But, like, you know, Sequel Wars is definitely what I'm going to do after this. Yeah, it's going to do good. Grand total of 1 super block in all of Wily Tower. Excellent. Even Capcom forgot about Super Arm in this remake. Super Arm got buffed. All right. Only change it got can be used 28 times. Oh, well, okay. I'll use it whenever I have the opportunity. Reminds me 7 EP would be a fun stream. 7 EP. I think you all mentioned that before, but I don't remember what that was. I'll give it a shot at some point. Handful of ROM hacks on the server. You certainly have. I'll have to get back to that. You're still waiting for Sequel Wars completed? Yeah, it'll be pretty cool, honestly. I would love to, you know, see all the remakes of all the other games. Be pretty fun. 4MA made 7 EP. Oh, yeah. This is starting to sound a little bit more familiar now. It's kind of like the similar interpretation of it. Anyways, where should we go next, guys? Where should we go? We have three more wondrous lands to go and explore. Which do you want to see next? I'll even do Iceman without Magnet Beam if you really want to see it. Okay, Fireman. Sounds good. Controller? Controller. Why did my controller just... Hello? That was... Okay. Plug it back in? Is it because I'm not clicked into the game? It's not because I'm not clicked into the game. Okay, I'm an idiot. Okay, cool. We'll go to Fireman. We already had technical difficulties. We don't need a second round of those. Oh, I am interested to see if Fireman's AI is not dog shit in this game. If it's, you know, fair. So that'll be interesting to see. And let's bring out some of the special weapons. Why the hell not? They've been buffed. They deserve to see a little bit of use. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of my Friday at Asen. Not really the best introduction, all things considered. Saturday went a little better. Got breakfast with 2 other friends who were not making it at the same time as the first friend group A, who was staying at the hotel. And then after that, I was staying with my host friend, or being driven in by my host friend that day, and he was able to stay like immediately instead of still having to finish up his work from home day. And guess what he wanted to do the first thing he got there? That's right, he wanted to walk the vendor and artist floor. So I go ahead and I also walk the vendor and artist floor with him for another couple of hours. And then guess what? Those friends we got breakfast with, well, they came in a couple hours later. And do you know what they wanted to do? They wanted to walk the artist floor. This is feeling very much like a, you know where this goes? The square hole kind of situation. I walked the goddamn artist floor like a total of 4 times. Oh, hold on. Hole check? Oh. Okay. I had to see, and I'm so glad that I checked. And to see there's a checkpoint here, too? Oh, okay. Very nice. So I walked the artist floor so many goddamn times. I was so exhausted from that, and also just the fact that, like, a good 12 of my hours at the convention were spent looking at merchandise. Yeah, kind of stupid. Like these things, still kind of stupid. Not very easily timeable to dodge. Could have been a little bit less stingy on the timing there. Actually, wait, can't bomb destroy these? Alright, well, I guess screen scrolling will destroy that one. There we go. How do you even avoid that? By not jumping down the pit like an idiot and going down the ladder. But I was just like, ooh, wait, hold on. This pit is normally like kind of the fake pit that you land on the ceiling of the next screen in the original game. I wonder what they did in this game. Oh, they just turned it into a hole. All right. Sweet. I'm very glad that they did that. It was very funny. And also feels like the appropriate solution, I'll be honest. Okay, cool. Okay, let me catch up on chat here a little bit. Fireman's your favorite. It's nice, nice. Fireman's pretty cool, pretty cool. Good luck if you want to battle Iceman. Yeah, we'll see. I forgot the Fireman stage no longer takes place in the Black Void. Yeah, now you can actually see it takes place in, like, Lava Factory? Maybe Fireman and Dr. Robotnik are teaming up. Fireman got hella nerfed, but he's at least fair to fight now. That's good, I prefer that. Or hella buff if you use the jump trick on NES. Okay, good, so I have to actually figure out something entirely. Ooh, with no lives. Not good. That's right, he goes into the Artist Alley. It's so true. Thing about cons needing a plan of attack before going, so you have a relative idea on what you know you'll be doing. I did have that. Like, I planned even throughout the entire, like, scheduler thing of, like, oh, this is an event that would be cool. I'd like to go there and maybe do this and blah, blah, blah. And, like, yeah, I did take a couple of those things off of my list, but none of them were, like, you know, super well prioritized, or, like, the ones that I did go to were like, oh, okay, this is fine. Like, it wasn't, like, you know, wow, this is cool as hell. I'm so glad I went to, like, this little, you know, panel or event or whatever. Like, the problem with ASIN as an event was kind of that just, like, a lot of the panels and side things were really kind of, like, not as important or, like, super fleshed out. I don't know. ASIN really did seem like a way for people to meander, have hotel parties, go to an official rave, and then if they wanted to hang out at, like, tabletop and stuff, you know, that's what they did. Although I will say, the one consistently cool thing there was seeing all the cosplayers. There was a lot of pretty cool cosplayers. There was exactly... Apparently, there were exactly 2 Mega Man Classic cosplayers. I did get a picture of one of them holding the Mega Man plush that I purchased. I should have prepared that for stream, but oops, oh well. I don't know if he wanted to be showed on a random stream anyways, so maybe it's the best they don't have that. And I saw also across the street when we were, going home one of these days that there was a Mega Man Battle Network cosplayer. So, like, that was pretty cool. And there were also other cool people. Like, there was a Crobat cosplayer, plenty of Baldur's Gate 3 cosplayers. So, like, seeing everybody put in all that effort was pretty nice. I like that. Hyperbomb was a little laggy. Well, that screen itself is still a little laggy, even in the original. It's kind of sad they weren't able to fix up all the lag, but, it's at least a little bit better. You meant the fire pipe? Oh, the fire pipe. Yeah, no, the fire pipe is... I mean, it's bullshit. It seems to be as frame perfect as it was in the NES version. Oh, I see. Huh. Fireman keeps a distance from you now. Alright. Well, he's at least a little bit harder to fight than Toadman. You have to actually think about your spacing. They also made him take 2 damage per shot? Alright, yeah, wow, Fireman... Ooh, Fireman got put in jail for war crimes. He really got destroyed. He was far too much of a threat. Last time you did a con, it was too many games. Your goal is to meet Vinny, and you did. Everything else was a bonus. Oh, that's pretty cool. And we went, you got a great pick with a guy who went dressed as 7 Granddads. Sweet. I guess one cool thing about, people I did meet there was I did get to, and this wasn't so much for me, but it was, cool. I did get to meet, Kirk Thornton, the current actor for Shadow the Hedgehog, the current voice actor for Shadow the Hedgehog. And I had, it was Undercover Detective's birthday around that time. And we were gonna meet later for like a little birthday dinner thing. And so I had bought him a Shadow the Hedgehog plush. And once my friends pointed out that like, oh, well, the voice actor's here, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'll go ahead, and I got the little official merch tag on the plush signed with like a quote and all that. And, since Undercover Detective really loves, Shadow Generations as of recent, has kind of got into Sonic as a fan of it. It was a pretty cool gift, all things considered. He really enjoyed it. So, that was nice. I at least got to get my friend a really nice gift, so I'm happy about that. And just to, as an end to the rest of the Ace and Stories, that was pretty much the last thing we did. We came back on Sunday briefly because the friend who was hosting me wanted to check on a booth who he had gotten a commission from. It wasn't done yet, but, it was just something we popped in real quick to go see. After that, other than that, me and the host friend kind of spent some time watching some movies. We watched Grand Budapest Hotel and Hundreds of Beavers. It was my first time watching both of those movies. Very, very good films, I gotta say. Wes Anderson's work is wonderful, and then The Hundreds of Beavers is a classic, a modern classic of slapstick comedy. It's really good. So yeah, I don't know. Con rating, I probably had maybe a 2 out of 5, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna be going back to ASIN unless things really change. One of my friends said, oh, well, actually, that's kind of why I did ditch the main friend group. I don't like doing all that rave stuff. So that's why I hung out with our, Yu-Gi-Oh group. And I'm like, okay, I get I'm not in the Yu-Gi-Oh group and I don't play that stuff, but if y'all were, just playing Switch games and shit in your hotel room, you couldn't have told me? You know me. You've known me for, over 10 years now. Did you think I wanted to go rave with everybody? You didn't think to tell me that beforehand there was an alternative to the insanity. Anyways, yeah, I'm probably not interested in that experience again anytime soon. Maybe other conventions that are less insane I would go to. My friends go to things like Off-Kai occasionally, and maybe that'll be something I do instead. But, for right now, not. I kind of would have rather not have gone to the con if I'm being honest, but I guess it was good to do the things that I did, and now I know that that is not the plan of attack I want to take. So. Yeah, that's my story. That's where I've been. Anyways, I can actually pay attention to chat a lot more now that I'm done rambling about that and getting that out of the way. Anyways, I forget if it was the last time you went to a con or before, but you got to be in the same room as a VA you're a fan of. Sweet. Spider-Man taking 2 points of damage is already a thing in the OG? Really? I guess it is. I guess it really was true. Yeah, I guess I just didn't notice it as much, because usually it's just a frantic damage race to see who dies first. Firestorm's pretty much the same, but again, lacks the pseudo-piercing from NES. Dang. Iceman next, please. Okay. We will torture ourselves. It is fine. I'm sure it's not as bad as the NES version. Right? The collision is probably fixed. Right? Alright. Let's get this on. Glad to see Shadow Generations getting people into Sonic. Yeah, you know. It's probably good. Like I mentioned, I'm probably gonna go play that. Okay, very unrelated and very much indicative of my brain, but the color palette for this really just makes the tree look like it has a pair of testicles on it. I mean, it does have a pair of nuts in one sense, but anyways, let's move on. Holy ice physics, Mega Man. What the oh my god, Mega Man has no traction. That's bad. That's really bad. Even in Mega Man 1, Mega Man had more traction than this. That's just nothing. Iceman or Mega Man just has like completely smooth shoes. Oh, and there's no ice physics underwater. Interesting. I mean, that makes sense, but it is also very much just like, huh, that's not how it used to be. Also the fact that there are proper water physics here too. Very weird, but not unwelcome. The ice physics are very unwelcome though. Mega Man just slides for like that's like 5 blocks of sliding, unless you resist it in some way. That's rough. That's really rough. Here, let's rid ourselves of this annoying spiky pest. There we go. Yeah, Shadow Generations is cool. We'll be playing it next time. I mean, Frontiers is what kind of got me back into Sonic a little bit. Although I haven't really played a Sonic game since Frontiers, but, you know, it got me to have a little bit of faith in the Sonic series again, after having lost it for a while. So, you know, Shadow Generations might kind of reignite some of that lost passion again. I feel like the Hyper Bomb was affected by water physics there, but maybe that's just my brain imagining things. Conrays always have a musty dude asking for a hug, or at least they did pre-2020. If I hung out there for more than 30 minutes, there probably would have been a guy needing deodorant that wanted a hug, but thankfully I didn't hang out there for that long. Game cons generally go over well. I think too many games not a bad one. There's another gaming con on Long Island and Airbase. I forget when it usually happens. Yeah, my host friend was telling me a gaming convention might be more my thing, because I'm also not, like, super anime-pilled anyways. So, like, I'm Vtuber-pilled, not anime-pilled. So, like, maybe going to a Vtuber convention or a gaming convention would have been a little bit more my speed. But, yeah, you know, it's probably just maybe a case of mismatched interest. I'm not going to swear off cons entirely, but, you know, it was not the greatest experience the first time around. Okay, Lauren Londa, cool. I don't know her work as those characters, but that's pretty cool. Or in Attack on Titan, I don't know that either. Calling them palm trees because I like to grip them, okay. But that would hurt. The water actually has physics, which you don't mind. Yeah, it's cool. At least the water didn't put the fuse out. Yeah, true. Could have had a powered up type moment. What the hell does 7 granddad even mean? Mario's 7th grandfather? That's what I imagined, honestly, the bootleg translation to be referring to. That makes the most sense to me. Wasn't there a VTuber convention last year, the year before, that was a total disaster? I mean, as much as I would like to make the joke of, do you know how little that narrows it down? I actually have no, I have nothing to say on that one. I am completely unaware if there was a disastrous convention recently or not. But it wouldn't strike me as surprising if there were. Okay, right. Okay, so that's where I need to jump. Okay, need to pay more attention. It's been a very long time since I've done this puzzle legitimately, and I think that they changed it a bit so that way you can't just jump from that block down there over to here. Well, I guess I didn't try, but still. DashCon 2. Yeah, nothing certainly that ludicrously bad. Okay, so here comes the moment. Okay, they're moving in, like, fixed patterns now. That's not so bad. Granted, the bullets definitely seem to be more in the way than they were before, but at the very least, now you're not just waiting on RNGesus to take you across the pit. However, you are definitely hoping that that little middle platform doesn't just kill you with Mega Man's slidiest shoes that he decided to wear. Oh, that was so close. I was almost first try. Damn it. I was so hoping to do that in first try. Context. Hello, Brainlet. Are you asking for context of the stream right now? Because currently the context of the stream is this is the Genesis remake of Mega Man, of the original NES Mega Man. It's called the Wily Wars. It was released many years ago. In fact, in North America, it was only ever released on like Sega's software download, shitty 90s not cloud software download kind of service. And it was actually only available as a physical port in Japan and Europe. And so, but nowadays, with the power of like modern, you know, cartridge remakes and such, another company called Retrobit kind of made a third-party recreation cart of the game that also improves on like things like the internal clock speed and the lagginess of the game. And now I'm getting to play that for the first time, because I've never actually played the Genesis version of the Mega Man games. And, I don't know, so far it's pretty neat. The graphics are definitely improved, and because Mega Man 1's engine was not great, the physics definitely feel a bit improved. Although this part is made more annoying by the fact that you can't just skip it as easily as you could in the original version. Although, I don't know, I haven't tried. Yeah, it's also notable that the disappearing blocks have much smaller hitboxes than they used to. It's definitely harder to actually get myself onto them. Yeah, no, you can't just skip that from there. Okay, we'll have to do this all legit. You have no clue what Mega Man is. Oh, well, it is a jump and shoot game where you go ahead and you get little power-ups. You get new weapons every time you beat a boss. And those weapons have limited energy, and certain enemies are, you know, weak to certain weapons, certain bosses are weak to certain weapons as well. And we're going out and just, you know, blowing up robots because, the evil Dr. Wily wants to take over the world. It's a very kind of Saturday morning cartoon plot where, like, Dr. Wily is, like, kind of feels snubbed in his academic career and professional career by working with Dr. Light because Light tends to get all the credit. Oh, that was stupid. And Wily doesn't get very much fame, respect, and accolades and such. And so, you know, we go about and he goes about and decides to, like, take over all of Dr. Light's robots and wants to take over the world with all of Dr. Light's super powerful robots. And Rock, the household helping robot, is the only one left who doesn't actually, like, you know, get stolen. Well, not the only one left, but basically the only one left, along with his sister, who doesn't get stolen by Wily. Volunteers to get transformed into Mega Man, the super fighting robot with a copy ability, and now we're like saving the day and shit. I think that's a pretty good lore dump for Mega Man 1. Anybody else have anything to add? Feel free to add it into the chat. But yeah, Sega Channel was the surface. Yeah, that was the little download service for this stuff. Looks really mean. It's a little bit mean. I mean, granted, this was like an originally, you know, an NES game where it was like, oh yeah, you know, people get their money's worth by making the game difficult. So let's make the game difficult. I would say this is probably the meanest stage of the original Mega Man, because this section, as you kind of saw there with all of the what are known as the footholder enemies above that bottomless pit, that one's pretty brutal. The Mega Man series doesn't tend to recreate shit like that as much anymore. They tend to be a little bit better about a little bit better about level design. They're actually a lot a bit better, but if you could believe it, actually, this Genesis version is arguably easier because in the original NES version, these footholder platforms did not have fixed patterns. They just kind of moved about randomly. Okay, actually, wait, no, they are still moving about randomly. This shit sucks. Yeah, no, this is by far the worst part of Mega Man 1. It's not fair or fun in really any way. But because I need to assert to chat that I have a gamer card, and they said, oh, you know, let's go here. Let's go and take on this stage right now before you get the little extra item that allows you to take this area on without such intense platforming. We're doing that. Now, if it's not successful for, you know, a good several more minutes, I'm definitely gonna just say, okay, screw it, I'm getting the magnet beam, and we're not spending a whole hour on this part of stream. But you know, we're down for a challenge for a little bit. Yeah, I know my points. It's what a tragedy. I'm no longer gonna have the high score. It's gonna go over to Beavis or whoever the fuck plays this game next. Anyways, you'll see actual proper Mega Man gameplay in, you know, a moment. Right now, it's just kind of mostly platforming and dodging. The shooting and the jumping is the more interesting part. Corner of both worlds, Mega Man and Doom, you're the bridge between. You certainly are. I'm sure you probably know a good Mega Man WOD. From the Mega Man side, mostly, yeah, me too. I'm only in the Doom side as of, you know, lately with the streaming. I've never, you know, done Doom stuff before. I'm very much largely a Mega Man fan, so it's pretty cool. And it's also cool to see you showing up, considering you're, you know, brainlet, considering that you're not really into Mega Man, at least so far. So it's cool that you're giving it a shot. I would definitely say so far the Wily Wars Genesis port is the better version of the available versions of the games. Although, it still doesn't make Iceman any better. Oh, right, I forgot, I still have to, like, fight Iceman without his weakness, huh? Alright, well, that's gonna be an issue. I mean, I can do it, but with the pressure of doing it on one life and whatever small amount of health I might actually arrive there with. But I assure you, the last thing I want to do here is spend, like, the entire stream trying to do this challenge to prove something to you and to myself, because I have seen other streamers play Mega Man 1 for the first time and insist upon doing it that way, and while kudos to them and wanting to, you know, be real big gamers about it and get better, like, there is also a certain point where you gotta say, okay, what's the point of streaming here? Is it to entertain myself, or is it to entertain other people? And I don't know about you all, but watching somebody throw themselves in a pit for 2 hours attempting to do the most bullshit segment of Mega Man on the NES over and over again, it's not really my definition of a great time. So I promise not to do that to you. I'll give this one more shot. I want to give it at least one more shot where I get over the little middle pillar. But after that, we're just going to pivot over to Electman. After this next game over, I'll just pivot over to Electman stage, I'll grab the magnet beam, and we can all move on with our lives. Let's see. You know what game combines Mega Man and Doom? Mushroom Kingdom Fusion, besides 8-bit DM. They could do that, maybe. I mean, 8-bit DM is also definitely on there, but, you know, plenty of... I mean, that's the part I love about streaming Mega Man and making myself a Mega Man-centric channel. I will conceivably never run out of Mega Man things to stream. There are so many official titles and so many fan games that, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I could do this until I'm, like, 45 and still have Mega Man stuff to stream. Okay. Okay, so far the whole Hyper Bomb now actually explodes on contact has not really come into effect, because it still has a very strange arc, but, I mean, you know, I guess it's something, it's nice, it's food for thought. Okay, hold on. Sorry if I'm not paying attention to chat right now. This does require mental energy to, like, try to not fuck up and die and maybe actually move on with the stream. Once we're back to Electman stage, or past this part, I'm probably going to actually plug back in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, let's get this ready again. In fact, let me actually just catch up on chat right now. Hyperdom does do 4 damage to him per hit. Okay, well that's nice. Now that I've gotten rid of half of it. If you do run out of Mega Man, you'll still have the gravity circuit. Oh yeah, true. There's plenty of Mega Man spin-off stuff to do too. Like, that's gonna be really good. Yeah, also, that is a good point, Grim. The foot holders on the NES version used to have the worst collision possible, where, like, even if you did land on them, there's a good chance you might just go right through them. So somehow, this is an improvement still over the original NES version. It's still not a good improvement, but, you know, what could they realistically do besides just scrap this entire section? And completely, you know, not give people the experience they paid for. No, not yet. Oh, you said Hyper Bomb doesn't explode on contact? It explodes when it stops moving. Oh, okay. That makes more sense, sadly. Okay, the foot holder is not synced up very well here. I think I'm gonna have to go back, despawn it. Maybe it'll spawn in a much better position this time. See, like that. Okay, I could've... Oof, that was really close. I thought I was definitely getting clipped there. Okay. Mega Man Soccer when? Oh, when I really run out of things to play. Mega Man Soccer is very low on the list of things that I care about. Though I guess it is technically canon, so maybe I should get it for the Mega Man lore. Okay. Jump. Jump. Alright. 2 more deaths at this, and then I'll go over to Electman stage, and we can actually have something interesting. You don't think you've ever seen a platform with RNG moving platforms? I'm sure I could probably name one if I really thought about it, but yeah, there's definitely a reason why this concept never, ever gets explored again in any other Mega Man game. They knew that they struck the opposite of gold when they did this. Even Mega Man 2, for all of its kind of bullshit jankiness, does not go into the territory of, you know what people want to do? RNG platforming over instant death, while bullets are also being thrown at them constantly. And also, you know what? Penguins! Let's introduce penguins into the mix as well. Okay, the knockback on that was a little better. That definitely would have killed me in the original NES version. Oh hey, creating lag with Firestorm, that's like a legitimate strategy. I could react a little bit better. Oh, damn it. Okay. Foot holders work a little bit better and powered up. Yeah, I think I remember that. Also, very bullshit you spawn in front of the spine, but I think that that's something that's even in the original NES Mega Man game. Okay. Doesn't help that the box art for this game was hilarious. Yeah, if you've never seen the box art for this game, I mean, part of it is in the thumbnail here. And you can see that Wily's kind of doing his, like, best Raisin Bran box art impression. But outside of that, you can also see that, like, Mega Man, for some reason, is, like, clenching his fists and has, like, a really angry expression on him and is, like, presented along with all of the other robots. And people are like, this just kind of makes Mega Man look like he's part of, like, you know, the whole villain thing that Dr. Wily's going for. So, like, it's crappy box art. Alright, well, thank you for challenging me to try to do better and impress everybody, Grim, and do Iceman first, but, yeah, it's not, let's not. Let's go to Electman, let's go ahead and get Thunderbeam, and let's move on with our lives. Because, like, man, this is a stupid section. I've done that section before a couple times in my life, and I think I don't need to ever prove it to myself again. If you're ever potentially want to, you know, start with the Mega Man series, I would recommend doing this first and not just doing Iceman stage raw dogging it, just going in and getting the little utility that's in this stage. But I could also recommend just not playing the first game. The first game I think is better than some of the other games, but only once you're like actually good at the series, and you know, before then the first game is really kinda hard to get into. You thought we left invisible blocks behind? Nope, it's just easier. Just easier this time. Do a little dance, move a little bit forward, get Electman tonight. Okay, thought Mega Man was one of those RoboCop clones with the gun and everything. Oh, yeah, I guess that is what he kind of looks like in the box art. Like the soundtrack for the stage. Oh yeah, no. Electman's got a pretty cool little soundtrack, and also has like as some people have pointed out, as, you know, coincidence, question mark, which, yeah, probably. This little bit, that do-do-do-do, that's kind of like, also, like, the same chord progression as in, what is it? One of Journey's songs. I don't remember exactly which song from Journey, but it's one of them. Anyways, but... So this is the little utility I was talking about, for anybody unfamiliar. That's the magnet beam. It allows you to create platforms, temporary platforms, so you don't have to do all that bullshit back in Iceman stage. You can only get that with... Oh, that's the magnet beam. That's the wrong item. I didn't want to pull that out. You can only get that with... Get rid of those blocks in front of it using either Gutsman's weapon, the Super Arm, or Elecman's weapon, the Elec Beam, which means, hey, you might have to replay this stage again if you didn't come here before Gutsman. Oops. 1980s Mega Man, 1980s NES game design, folks. Alright, that flea can just go shove off. Totally not faithfully by Journey. Yeah, there you go. See, Grim's got it. Elecman got rebalanced in this version? Okay, that's probably nice. Hopefully he's not as neutered as as Fireman was, but hopefully he's a little bit more fair than he was in his original incantation. Incantation? It's not a spell. Incarnation. Oh right, I forgot Big Eye still just does that. The top of the ladder is not a solid platform for him. Fire? Ooh, you can spam Firestorm now. That's interesting. Yeah, I did lose that pseudo-piercing thing you were talking about before, Grim. I noticed that now. Dun, dun, drink some water. I guess the bright sky is a little bit something difficult to get used to there, D, in this stage, but I do kind of like that it is brighter, because, like, fundamentally, you are climbing a tower in this stage. Like, you kind of want it to be bright out above the clouds kind of thing. If it wasn't, it would definitely look a little bit awkward. Or, you know, for at least a more modern console like this, right, it would look awkward. On the NES, it looked fine because, I mean, fuck it, you're getting like 8 colors, kid. Suck it up. But, like, you know, here it's like, maybe we should make the sky a little bit more indicative of where we actually are. Alright, I got 3 lives, I can mess around. Okay, Elecman. Oh god, Elecman, hi. Okay, Elecman keeps his distance a little bit more than the original version, but Elecman does not mess around. I feel like Elecman's actually faster than he was in the NES version. Like, he was, oh lord, he running. Like, I did not expect that. Alright, let's focus up for Elecman, and then I can probably talk about something else I have on my list of things. Hello, Elecman. I'll fight you one more time, Buster, only before pulling out your weakness. Elecman, please! You're so jumpy! Okay, yeah, no, that's not happening. Elecman is actually way harder in this version, oh my god. I mean, I guess I wasn't technically doing the trick of, like, hitting him as he was about to jump up onto the block. But I also have a feeling that's not going to work like in the NES version, because Elecman seems to be able to actually shoot in mid-air, which I don't think he had that ability in the NES version. I think he always had to, like, stop for a second and then shoot. Which, man, of all the bosses to buff, you pick Elecman? Come on now. Elecman did not need the buff. Fireman needed the nerf. Elecman did not need the buff. Oh, fuck. Okay, Jesus. Is there any secret Mega Man tricks or tech? I mean, there in the original game, not too many that I can think of. What is everyone else saying? The NES version, flinches, blah, blah, blah. Only on the NES version. Yeah, I guess Grim did discover some weird tech where, like, because of just how NES works, like, the left side of the screen does wrap around a little bit to the right side, so if you like, fire off a really big hitbox weapon to the left side of the screen, you can wrap it around and hit things on the other side. But that's just weird, buggy kind of stuff, rather than, like, explicit tech and secrets. The other, I can think of, like, Mega Man 3 has a weird bug trick that, like, in Mega Man 3, you get a dog called Rush, and he does, like, utility stuff for you, like being a springboard or, like, a little jet platform. And one of the things about Mega Man 3's menu for special weapons, they didn't program it so that way... So normally you're supposed to actually unlock the weapon after beating a bunch of stages, and you do that, and, you know, it appears in the menu and it's fine. But they didn't program it to the point where you can not select it beforehand. So even if you don't have the item, that version of Rush, that utility of Rush, you can still go to the weapon next to it, press right on the stick, and it won't show the utility, but you can then press it and you have unlocked the utility from there on out. It doesn't come with any weapon energy, but you can charge it up by pickups in the stages, and, like, so you can have the utilities as early as beating the right bosses that are next to it on the weapons menu. It's kind of funny. Yeah, no, Elecman was nuts in that version. Kinda crazy in this version of the game. Oh, good, 1-up. Now I don't have to throw myself into a pit and get a game over for, for this. But anyways, yes, now you should all see how much easier this section is with, good old Magnet Beam. As we say on this channel, good old Magnet Beam. Nothing beats that. Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Mega Man 3 still has the debug tools in the game? Wait, what? How do you unlock those? I want to mess around with the Mega Man 3 debug tools right now. That sounds super fun. I mean, maybe it's a Game Shark only type thing, but if I could just access that by clicking the right things in, you know, the menus, that would be awesome. You plug a second controller into the console. Oh, that's what a lot of all that is. Or, well, actually, I remember just the second controller tricks, like moon jump and stuff like that. I didn't remember that there was, like, a full debug mode unlocked for that. NES games let you zip through the collision. Let me read up, actually catch up a little bit before I move on forward. Thunderbeam got buffed. It no longer has the dead zones on the NES. Oh, that's cool. It has just like a full square feature instead of like a weird kind of square wave kind of thing it had going for it. You didn't notice Mega Man 3 was a rushed game when you first played it? Thought the weapon menu was just an artistic choice? Especially with like that one weird stray pixel thing. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was buggy, but I didn't notice Mega Man 3 was kind of like a complete disaster. But, you know, it definitely became more apparent the more I played it. All the second controller stuff is the debug tools? Oh, well, I guess I don't know, I guess I'm stupid and didn't really notice. I'm just like, oh, this just seems like a fun thing to do when your little bro is asking you to play Mega Man with him. Or letting you have a turn on the Mega Man. Oh god, okay, Magnet Beam still creates just as much lag as ever! The flip, okay, footholders are solid. They're very solid in this version of the game. Penguin, please? Okay, thank you. That was still messed up, even though I had the Magnet Beam. Fucked up what they're doing to me. Magnet Beam is really goated. Magnet Beam is literally one of the best items in the entire series. You literally just, in a platformer, being able to create your own platforms is like god tier. Now, it does use up like a lot of weapon energy doing so, but like you can pretty effectively just deny all of the platforming challenges in the game with it, and, you know, there's sometimes you don't want to do that because you want to save up on energy, but, you know, otherwise, yeah, Magnet Beam is, like, goated with the sauce. That's why we say good old Magnet Beam, nothing beats that, because when I got to use it in a fan game I played a little while ago, it kind of trivialized a lot of things. Alright, let's see if I can do Iceman Buster only at least. I have 2 extra lives. You know, before I pull out the weakness, I can maybe mess around with Iceman. See what he's like in this version of the game. Okay, not having the constant, like, pace shifting back and forth from, like, slowdown of the ice shards leaving the screen, like in the NES version, helps a lot with the positioning here. Still pretty tight jumps, all things considered, though. And having the, like, amped up ice physics is not great. Did Iceman get faster? Oh god, Iceman has a desperation mode. That's weird. That is very weird. He is a lot faster now. What the? 2 desperation modes? What the hell? Okay, Iceman, I see. You don't want to be considered a chump anymore. Okay. Alright. Okay, Iceman, you, Iceman is very different. Okay, noted. Happens on the NES too? It does? I didn't notice it actually happened on the NES too. I just thought it, like, that was new to this version. Huh. Weird. I think I just never noticed on the original version because the slowdown was so bad. Yeah, I noticed that the same, right when you were saying that, Grim, that apparently there is a little bit of tech to this game, where if you get knockbacks done, you can just pause the game and unpause it, and you will no longer have knockbacks done. Very interesting to know. That probably could have saved me on the footholder section, honestly, but, you know. Oh well. Not to go back to fully charged again, because it's a low-hanging fruit, but I like how that version of Iceman took Ice Slasher literally and could make an ice sword. That might be an actually cool design decision overall. Unlike Gutsman's fully charged version, which we don't talk about. Speaking of pause tech, is there... Okay, so I guess this is other tech that you might have been answering your question from earlier, Brainlit. In the original NES version, there was a separate pause button from the weapon menu pause button, and if you press the separate pause button, that kind of refreshed the hitboxes for everything on screen, so you could actually just fire off one shot of a big weapon like a Lek Beam and rapidly pause and unpause the game, and that would allow you to one-shot most bosses that were weak to the weapon. It was really interesting and is a famous cheese for, like, killing the first boss of the Wily Fortress stages, the Yellow Devil, which we will get to here in a second. We don't talk about translation, we talk about it way more than necessary. Yes, we talk about the Voring Gutsman all the time on this channel. Man, this is his first introduction to Mega Man. Don't scare him like that. Don't let him know that there's an official IP that has, or an officially licensed version of Gutsman that bores people. Don't. We don't need to tell people this information on their first time around. Under no circumstances. Anyways, so there was a cartoon released a couple years ago called Mega Man Fully Charged, which just absolutely bastardizes the lore into its own completely separate thing, and turns Gutsman into, instead of being a kind of, you know, dim-witted but earnest and hardworking construction worker, into Vor Machine. He's meant to be a garbage disposal unit, but he disposes of garbage by eating it, and then also, I presume, when taken over by whatever evil forces, disposes of people by eating them, or robots, and, anyways. You want him? Alright, you belong here then, friend. No pause trick for Yellow Devil, but there is another trick. Okay, you know, I'll take it maybe out of interest for later. I'll just do the Yellow Devil honestly for a little bit here. He only ate one person, but still, yeah, it was kind of an unfortunately iconic moment. It's, something that would be much better to forget about. Okay. So, anyways, yes. So, for those unfamiliar, after you beat all the robots out, now we gotta go and beat up Dr. Wily, because he was the one responsible for this whole mess. So, we get to go through his fortress castle, which he had the money to build somehow and built it somewhere. Again, Saturday morning cartoon rules, don't think about it. You only eat one person and suddenly everybody calls you the vor guy. Meanwhile, I was told, it was my understanding, this is America, you can eat one person every once in a while, and that's my God-given freedom, and yet all of a sudden, all of these fucking liberals out here are saying that if you eat one person, you become the vor guy. I, for one, don't stand for this, and that's why I'm running for senator next year. Anyways. It's a manufacturing plant, you might have just taken it over. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense, actually, for this game. Oh, Dr. Wily... I kind of don't like how he looks in this. He looks more rotund. I guess that's maybe a statement on my biases, but... Now the UFO sound really sounds like a car alarm. Now it really sounds like somebody jacked Dr. Wily's Honda Civic. Right Wing Man. That's where that music comes from. I don't know which one you're talking about, but either the little car alarm or the stage select music. Yep, it's a Mega Man soundbite. It's pretty famous. Mega Man is what am I trying to say? Disproportionately famous for how relatively unpopular the series is. Like, the series is well loved by its fans, but is absolutely dwarfed by almost every other major Capcom IP. But also, because it was one of Capcom's first very successful IPs, has extreme influence within the gaming sphere. It's kind of mad. It's kind of crazy. Of how accurate the plant's level design is to the official art. I haven't actually seen too much of the official art of what the original manufacturing plant looks like. Eating the rushes, they're eating the tangos. Yeah, Mega Man at home. Wily brows. Yes, Wily eyebrows. If you're becoming a Mega Man initiate brainlet, you gotta respect Dr. Wily's eyebrows. He does them in almost every single game, and they are very iconically part of his character. Anyways, Ice Slasher. I don't think this one got changed because I didn't see Grim say anything about it, but yes, Ice Slasher. It allows you to freeze enemies in place temporarily. It doesn't do any damage, but you can kind of beat up on enemies like this as a result, and so it actually becomes quite useful. Maybe if I didn't let that guy respawn, it would be more useful. Oh, just barely. Gave me a little bit of a haircut. Alright. Alright, bye, Big Eyes. Don't want to fight them. They take way too many shots to kill, even in the original version. Alright. Oh, wait, right. We gotta give Gutsman a little bit of time. Okay, it's kind of funny that they changed the spread for Gutsman throwing the blocks in his boss fight, but they didn't change the spread for the blocks in this when Mega Man throws them. It's a little weird. Also, very much appreciated. This is way less trickier to like actually use Ice Beam to freeze these now. You don't have to do as weird platforming on the first one to like kind of get the shot right for the second fire bar. That's nice. That's very nice. Enough said, Capcom give us another Resident Evil remake. Very true, very true. And yet, where is the more Mega Man remakes? All we get is re-releases. And then, like, Mega Man X Dive, a shitty mobile game. Maybe one day we'll get a nice Mega Man 12 or, like, something else. Okay, this is much worse of a screen. I don't remember the fleas going just right for the jugular on the ladder in the NES version. Actually, no, wait, I do remember that, because I remember Rome Mithril, he trying to do his perfect run, like, over 15 years ago. Had to kind of cycle the screen up and down, until, like, the fleas gave a short jumping pattern. And it was much easier to actually get up and not get damaged. I guess it's maybe just not as big of an issue in casual playthroughs of the NES version, because it was easier to just kind of get all the way on top of the ladder before they assaulted you. That was just bad platforming. I don't know. You subscribe for better than that, but all right. Hey, guess what? These assholes are back again, and this time with spikes up and down. But thankfully, it's not a bottomless pit, so if you fall off, you can kind of just, you know, walk a little bit and then maybe hop back onto the platforms. No ladder warping in the bullet room. Oh yeah, I forgot about all the ladder warping shenanigans. I've never really done any. I don't think once while playing this game I've done ladder warping stuff. Okay, yeah, so this is, so this is also mean. You need to have Magnet Beam to actually pass, but technically you could have also just not gotten Magnet Beam while playing the game. So if you don't have it, then sucks for you, bud. Alright, so, on to the Yellow Devil. It's cool how you're literally tearing open the wall of the plant. Yeah, it is, because, like, you know, Wily encased himself in nicely, but it's like, okay, Mega Man's here to, you know, get himself into this little abandoned factory. It's one of the only fortress tile sets in the game that use it well. They really do. Despite not having too much variety, it looks nice. You don't feel like the stage is too repetitious, even in the original version. Pyramid-shaped buildings, bridge connecting them, drain system. Oh, well, yeah, it makes sense. They really did recreate it then for the game. No respawning ammo inversion, gift soft lock nerds. Oh, wow, that does suck. That would be just tragic. Okay, no ladder warping. However, there's one major issue with this version. The energy doesn't respawn. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's kind of messed up. Gulp. Who's the Yellow Devil? Well, Charlie, smiling friends, the Yellow Devil is actually you. He actually is this guy, who splits himself up into pieces, and you have to weave through him in order to get just one shot off. This version has more slowdown and less sprite flicker, but oh god, he is still just as annoying to actually hit in the little eye that briefly appears every time you get through the pattern. It's a very slow and tedious boss, and as a result, look, I could do this Buster only, but y'all have things to do with your night, right? Like, y'all want to do other things with your life, so let's bring out the weakness. And, alright, Grim, I'll give you this. I don't know what I was talking about earlier. The devil bosses really aren't that hard. I guess maybe because I'm not 13 anymore, the devil bosses really aren't actually that difficult. Because, like, I was, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I played Mega Man 9 a couple times over the weekend, and yeah, I wasn't even having trouble with Twin Devil there. Twin Devil was also pretty easy once I remembered its pattern. Like, or not remembered, just kind of got used to it. It was only a couple of jumps here and there, and then oh look, everything was hunky-dory. So yeah, I guess I'll take the opinion that all devil bosses are in fact not that hard now. Although Mega Man 3's is actually kind of tricky, not because it itself is difficult, but because the hitboxes in that are jank as fuck. So, you know, that becomes an issue, but otherwise it's not that hard to dodge, all things considered. I feel like Yellow Devil is at least like faster on the NES version, so it's a lot harder to see coming. Oop, missed. No! Ah! Okay, one more cycle. I got greedy. I wanted to end things early. Oh, but yeah, speaking of Mega Man 9, I did actually do, I did Proto Man mode as well, and you know, it was kind of like playing Mega Man 10 with Proto Man, even though he has all of, like, the, you know, damage buff, or damage, knockback doubled, and, like, the, fewer shots on screen, and the charge shot, and the reflection, and all that, like, it's not too hard to do if you're actually pretty experienced with Mega Man. It's just, you know, there's ups, there's downs, you gotta get used to, you know, what's good and what's not. Although certain things like Hornet Man's section with, like, the spikes everywhere and the weird, like, measuring tape platforms are, like... That section's definitely made worse by the fact that Proto Man has glass bones disease, so... You know. But, it's interesting. Mega Man 9 is, an interesting beast. I still consider that the hardest of all of the, NES games, or Classic Series games, besides maybe Rockman and Forte, but... You know, it's doable. I still hate Wily Machine 9, though. That can go fuck itself. There's way too much boss to that boss, and weakness to Plug Ball? Okay, thanks, Capcom. I guess you hate us. Yeah, he is very yellow, that Yellow Devil. Remember farming the bullet bill robot just to get some ammo? Yeah, I guess you could have done that to not game over in that magnet beam section. That's actually a pretty good observation there, Chris. Let's see. Twin Devil dies quickly if you keep despawning Black Hole Bomb. Yeah, I learned that to do that. It was pretty good, actually. So the exploit with Yellow Devil was after the first cycle, where his pieces come from off-screen, you can hug the left side of the arena and he'll never hit you. Oh, that's funny. That's really good. That's a fun oversight. Having charge shot inside is nice for Proto Man, but not at the cost of dying in 1 to 3 hits. Yeah, it can be pretty brutal, but I don't know, sometimes it comes in handy, like getting rid of those stupid octopus enemies in Splash Woman stage if you don't have concrete shot for it, or like, you know, little devil blobs are a little easier to kill, the saucers are easier to kill. It certainly doesn't offset things, but it's not bad. Proto Man has his perks. It's a fun alternative gameplay. And I'm out of the first pyramid on the bridge now. Yep, totally makes sense with the box art. You think there's a robot called Groomer Man? Okay, that could have gone a very different direction. I'm very glad you went ahead and talked about cats and dogs and scrubbing them. Good. Yes, approved. Acceptable. I think that version of Groomer Man is good. Played Proto Man Easy Mode in 10. Yeah, that was kind of my original way of playing as Proto Man. As well. But nowadays, I think I mentioned, I don't remember exactly on what stream it was. I think it was maybe during the Mega Man RPG streams that, like, I did do Mega Man 10 on hard mode with Proto Man because I hate myself, I guess. Yeah, that was painful. That was not a great experience, but it was doable. It was doable, so I will no longer completely hate on Proto Man mode. I will say that there is some fun associated with it. Also, hey, that's weird. Those little screw bomber enemies were placed in the middle of the platform. It's crazy. They were actually able to place something in the middle of 2 blocks, which they just did not do in the NES version. So, I don't know. That's neat. Alright, so the pit's like here this time? No, I still don't know where the invisible pits are. After all this time of playing Mega Man 1, I still don't remember where the invisible pits are. Alright, hi Elecman! God, Elecman, please! Okay, whew. I think this is at least a checkpoint, so I don't have to fight Elecman again. Now could I could do something like this. Is it really necessary? No, but it saves a little bit of headache. Like the parallax scrolling? Oh yeah, it is kind of nice to have the clouds moving in the background. Have an animated background like that as well while you're moving forward. It's very nice. Spike Pusher worked a Tornado Blow. Guess what ammo you're probably depleted of because of the stage gimmick? Yeah, it's like weakness, quote unquote, because you still can't really do it. Doesn't instantly kill them, but yeah, it's kind of crappy design there. There should be a pair-themed Robot Master. Oh boy, I think D, you're even more like Kasane Teto pilled than I am. Like, I really enjoy me some Kasane Teto. You're thinking of like every opportunity to think of Kasane Teto. But she is one of the best Vocaloids out there, along with Gumi, so I can approve of the taste at the very least. No checkpoints after this section. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. The man called Cheese Man who used the magnet ability to escape. That's me. I'm the Cheese Man. Alright, 1 health into Copy Man, or Copy Robot. This is surely going to go well. Unless one of you fine gentlemen want to drop some health. I mean, okay, you didn't have to be a bitch about it and make me work for it, but sure. It's okay, we'll just die, and we'll get our health back, and it'll be fine. A lot of Tato while you draw with a little Gumi as well. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot more Tato recently, so it's good pick. I like her vocals. They're very interesting for a Vocaloid. I can't really explain why. Clearly we need Smart Woman. No, we don't. We can bury her. You know what? We need another female Robot Master in the Mega Man game. Yeah, but not Smart Woman. How about Catwoman? Well, I don't know. DC were probably pretty aggravated about the whole Aquaman thing. I don't think we need to get them angry again. Who's Smart Woman? Okay, so, that's right, Brainlet. You joined after the 100 sub special I did. If you would like to go back and look at the VODs, and I highly recommend you look at this one. For the 100 sub special, Actually, let me see if he does anything funny if I just stand here. Is he different from usual? No, he just does the usual kind of jumps at the middle of the screen. Oh no, he does spaz out a lot more. So for my 100 subscribers special, I decided to not only go over my concept art for my little Crash Icarus character right here, but I also went over the, I had some Mega Man OCs from 7th grade that I decided to, I drew, and I decided to keep them. And one of them was a Robot Master called Smart Woman, which everyone else here finds to be the most hilarious goddamn thing in the world because it sounds like what a Redditor would make as an anti-SJW kind of thing back in the 2010s. I was just making a character that was like, intelligent and was kind of based around the whole, like, I'm a 7th grader, I like teachers, I like school, I'm a nerd, so I'm gonna make a Robot Master that's a smart one, and because this one drew the winning ticket, I'm making this one the second woman in my roster, and it's a joke, because years later I came to hate the design that I drew. It's awful. Go watch the stream. It would be very good for you. It'd be very fun. Hey, Scorebar, nice to see you here. Me, myself, and oh wait, it's just the two of us. Never mind. Yeah, me and my copy robot, just simply vibing. Just simply vibing. Controller? Controller? There we go. Okay. But you can also see that, yeah, copy robot doesn't exactly do anything if you equip the weapon that doesn't do anything, so it's kind of fun to just watch him dance around a little bit. He can hit you in the corner? In this game? What? I thought I was completely safe there. I could have sworn that doesn't happen in the NES version. I mean, probably for the best that they fixed that up, but that's funny. That's very funny. Yeah, Copy Robot has a ton of contact damage too. That is what makes things crazy. Alright, well, let's actually try to fight him seriously with a real health bar this time. Okay, I can... It's not graceful, but I can... kind of, mess with him with Firestorm a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, back off. Elect Beam. There we go. He's more of a box robot than a almost human robot, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I based her off of a fucking calculator. Of course she looks like a box. Smart Woman was not my best decision. And now you all got to see it, so... You have to live with this information too. And you can all be gleeful about it. I have to be regretful about it. Anyways, making good time through Mega Man 1, as expected. I think we're actually pretty much on schedule to be done right as soon as the 2-hour mark approaches, so... Good timing, Crash. Pat self on back. Obama giving himself an award.png. Alright, so I'm pretty sure in the original you could just jump over all of the pangs and the bullets. Let's just do that this time. Keep it fast. Keep it fast-paced. Yeah, that's the kind of speed, the fastness that I'm looking for. That's the thrill of a jump-and-shoot platformer. Hell yeah. Also, man, the color scheme for this stage, it looks like skin. This looks like sunburnt, weird red, weird clay-like skin. I I don't like the textures for the wall of this stage. It looks a little bit gross. I hate that you pointed it out. You're welcome! Yeah, so one of the worst Mega Man 1 bosses because of how it just kind of dominates the screen size. And if you use its weakness, you run out of ways to be able... You don't have the platforms to be able to dodge it anymore. Also, you can only kill 4 of them with the platforms, or by using the super arm. So, like, cool if you decide to use it on the first 4. It's maybe not as bad as the original incarnation. I remember the NES version being way worse. It looks like a nevermind. Oh, no. Go ahead. You've already piqued my interest. You might as well ruin everything now by saying something weird. At least not using weapons, blah, blah. They watch Rick and Morty reruns together. All right, fine. Yes, smart woman would definitely watch Rick and Morty reruns because she's definitely that kind of person, all right? She thinks that she's the cool teacher because she keeps in touch with all the things the kids watch, except the things that the kids watch were what the kids watched like 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and it's just like completely cringe to hear her say wubba lubba dub dub at the top of her lungs to begin class. Dr. Wily and his flesh factory. It's like that one meme. What is it? It's like wireless device looks inside flesh. Eliminate a little Daleki, maybe. To view one God, I hate that thing's name. CWU01P is actually a little bit fairer on Genesis. Yeah, it seemed better. It's like definitely more of a fight, but yeah. They turn off the water physics. Oh, true, D. I didn't even realize that. The water physics were definitely not on there, which, I mean, they got it for Iceman. Must have just completely slipped their mind for CWU01P. Kind of a missed opportunity there. Alright, yeah, we're in the home stretch. Should be pretty smooth sailing from here on out. Although, I don't know, maybe the robot refights will really get me this time. Elecman... Oh wait, we already killed Elecman. Yeah, no, all the robot masters that are, like, kind of hopped up on crack are actually not here. So, we're good. Hey, I could really use some Fire Blast. Give me some of that. Come on, magnets expire. There we go. That is not as much Fire Blast as I was hoping for, but... Oh well, we'll get Wily either way. I also did notice the Screw Bombers do have slightly different shot patterns than the original version. The angles are not quite the same, but it's close enough. Pickle, smart woman. Okay, yeah, Hey D, if you want to make that a reality, you know how to draw things. Sounds like a project for you. Where's that platform? Oh, there it is. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a tricky jump. Yep. Okay, got it. And now we don't have to do that tricky jump ever again. We can just magnet beam our way to safety. Alright, time for the last 4 robot refights. Gutsman in the ceiling, what will they do? Oh, I didn't even look at the Gutsman in the ceiling. Oh man, how dare I? I was so focused on the gaming. I hope they were good. I'll have to go back and look at them. Believe it or not, Capcom made CW01P harder in Mega Man Powered Up. I think I do remember that. Yeah, the Mega Man Powered Up version of that boss is just cruel. Springman is Spring Home. Is he made of house, or is his house made of flesh? He screams, for he does not know. Very true. First, refer to their Mega Man 1 weapons by Pokemon attack names rather than their actual names. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So we have Explosion, we have Thunderbolt, we have Strength, we have not Blizzard. That's not quite right. Ice Shard. Yeah, Ice Shard. That sounds about right. We have oh, what's that one that one move that does like fixed damage. It's like a little supersonic. I think supersonic does has like a cutting animation in Gen 3, so we'll call it that supersonic. Then we have fire blast, and we have gravity hold. Called it ice beam earlier. Oh, potato, potato. Just fire the damn grenade launcher, Patterson. Feels like Nintendo Pear was a Pickle Rick reference this whole time. Okay, and you've ruined things. Well, Gutsman's more brown in the version. Yeah, I gotta go look at the statue a little bit. You could have called a Super Arm Rock Smash. It was right there. Yeah, but that doesn't fit for me. Strength has you at least moving boulders around, and that's kind of like throwing them. Rock Smash is just breaking them. There's an art to it. It's not just destruction. All right, Bomb Man, come on with your. Oh my God, Bomb Man. Bomb Man is not as jumpy as he used to be. He's definitely kind of harder for that. Actually, one of the few instances where a boss being less mobile is actually more difficult. Alright, come on, Fireman. Alright, and then we got... Yeah, Bomb Man likes to close the difference. It's kind of a little annoying. Alright, Iceman. And thankfully, Iceman doesn't get the advantage of being able to kill you when you're posthumously, when your controls lock up and his projectiles are still on screen for a second. Alright, not much health here for Gutsman, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, God, you have to... Interesting. Okay, you have to be kind of close to where the rock lands in this edition. Oh, okay. I thought I was spawning in at the beginning of Gutsman, which would have just been sacrilegious. Like, come on now. You have to make it difficult for me. That man be like, shocking, isn't it? I'm pretty sure he literally actually says that in some incarnation. Whether or not he literally says it in Powered Up, or it's on like his little bio card in the extras of Mega Man and Bass, he definitely makes that joke. So congrats, Brainlet. I guess you can be a Capcom writer for Mega Man. They're I don't think they're hiring, but, you know, maybe if you ever find a job listing, you'll find your home there. Powered Up, he says, I win, naturally. Ah, yes. I always love characters like that who are kind of, like, way too full of themselves. It's a very fun character trait to make, honestly. I wonder why I like characters that are too full of themselves. Okay, Gutsman, please! Personal space, my God, dude! It's gonna elect all over you, Mega Man. Ugh. Yeah, I like that kind. Well, flamboyant way is maybe a little bit of a rude way to put it in the modern vernacular, but yes, I kind of do, because I also like characters like, who not only speak that way, but are completely full of themselves. Anybody has ever watched The Adventure Zone, or listened to The Adventure Zone, a series of podcasts, D&D podcasts by the McElroy brothers? Taco is one of my favorite characters, Taco the Wizard. He's very, very funny because of just how absolutely high on his own supply he is. It's great. Takes out the biggest dog brush. Maybe if Mega Man gets a rare crossover with Monster Hunter. Oh, see, that's the thing. I heard that there, in fact, was a crossover with Monster Hunter for Mega Man. That just involved giving you a, like, the Mega Buster as a weapon, and it wasn't even good. So... That's nice. Thanks, Capcom, for throwing us not even a bone. You probably threw us, like, the scraps of a meal. Like, those are crumbs. Hardly even edible crumbs, if I do say so myself. Oh, God. Wily has, like, iframes in this version. That makes this form a lot harder. Just trying to see if I could do it Buster only a little bit, but... we might have to switch on over to Elect Beam if I can't get this in the next attempt. Threw us a bone when we asked for the whole damn skeleton. Yeah, Capcom doesn't like to feed Mega Man very much anymore. Alright, the pattern is clear, it's just a matter of my timing and execution. If I maybe shut up, I could probably do it. I don't know. It's interesting. It's hard to weave in and out. He doesn't shoot kind of at a rhythm that I'm actually moving at. Well, I made slight progress. I think we're just bringing out the weapons next time, though. Yeah, we're bringing out the weapons. I do need to... It's 2 hours in. I need to get moving, so... Need to prepare for work and all that, so... Let's bring out the Firestorm. Hey, Icarus, do you think you're OC Boner Man? Alright, we're moving on from that chat message. Yeah, it's cool to see spinning orbs come back. It's very on brand for Wily. Ooh, double hit there. Nice. Ow. Still very annoying to dodge. Yeah, no need to give Wily too much to work with here. Mega Man 1 has... yeah, some problems. It's definitely not the best designed game, but this is a better version of it at least. I'm liking the Genesis version of Mega Man 1 a lot more. Oh yeah, Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. Fight, Mega Man, for everlasting peace! There we go. I said the iconic line. Everybody set your alarms to that. That's your new alarm to wake up to. You need to develop the parasocial relationship with the streamer. Do it that way. But yeah, no. I like this version a lot better than the NES version overall. A lot of the jank got fixed by the fact that this is not the literal first attempt at making a game in this series, and also the graphics are nicer. It's a little annoying that I can't spam the buster shots as effectively, but, you know, it's alright. I could take the couple of little things here that aren't quite right, and the fact that Elect Man is on, like, turbo mode, you know, I like things about, like, oh, Fireman is not just Fireman's no longer on turbo mode, which is great, although he did get really hit hard, with the new, boss pattern. Oh god, Rock, you're looking a little sunburnt there. You might want to get out of the sun. Oh, what did they do to Roll's eyes? What did they do to Roll's eyes? That don't look healthy. What did they do to Dr. Light's eyes? Okay. That aside, the graphics in this game do look pretty nice. It's much nicer than the original Genesis version, or the original NES version. And weapon rebalances are pretty cool. The fact that they tried to improve the platforming section in Iceman stage a little bit, so, like, that's good, even if it's not fixed. So, yeah, no. Wily Wars, good game. I liked it in comparison. I think if I ever want to play Mega Man 1 again, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to actually play the Wily Wars once more. Instead of the original NES version. This version of Wily Machine took 4 damage in both forms. SC only takes 1. Oh, I guess, yeah, it was just helped by the fact that the NES he took multiple hits from a lot of weapons, so that's why he felt like he was weak to things like Firestorm or Thunderbeam. Send him to jail, Mega Man. Oh, he's just gonna leave him there? Yeah, oh well. Mega Man didn't really... Mega Man thought that Wily wasn't a repeat offender for some reason. What a load of headache Mega Man could have saved us. In the comic, he didn't go to jail because Time Man and Oil Man broke him out during the prison transfer. Huh. Well, at least there's some comic or some canon for like Wily facing some consequences. So technically he didn't go to jail in the comic. Look how scrunched Dr. Light looks. Yeah, Verl got some kind of eye. Something's wrong with him. Looks like she has like Binding of Isaac kind of she's got like, what is it called again? The one quality 4 item in Isaac that like gives you mega shots. It kind of looks like she got big eyes because of that. It's not good. Proto Man gets hit with the Scrunkly stick. Oh god. We'll have to see how that works out in Mega Man 3. Am I playing on an emulator? Absolutely not. Yeah, I am. I'm playing in BizHawk. I like that Willy, not Wily, less the Wily, yeah. Anyways. I had a small, why do they call the oven when you out the hot food and in the cold food or whatever kind of moment reading that. Totally forgot he was broken out of the prison, blah, blah, blah. Roll's got the Eve look. She's gonna start eating everything in sight like Eve. Yeah, just a little bit. Yes, BizHawk. It's an emulator that allows for many different types of games, or many different platforms of games to be played, and also has a, it's how a lot of streamers do, like, their shuffler kind of games, where it's like they have, you know, every time they get hit in one game, they will instantly shuffle over to the other game. This emulator has that feature to kind of set that up and program it, and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know how to do it, but I chose it because maybe I'll do that one day. But I think with that will be to the end of today's stream. It was really good seeing everybody here again. I'm glad to see, you know, it's really good to see everyone. It's been a while since streaming, and I miss it now. It's fun to do. So, yeah, that, you know, tomorrow we'll be, you know, doing the rest of Doom TNT Evolution. At least I think we'll be doing the rest of it. We only have 3 maps left, so, like, unless something catastrophic happens, we should be getting it done. And then, hey, if you haven't submitted, which I'm pretty sure basically everyone chatting here has, but if you haven't submitted anything for the Doom Community Maps Night, you know, we're currently accepting submissions in the Discord until end of day Friday. So if you haven't joined the Discord, go do that, and you want to contribute to the Doom community map submission, go ahead and do that. We're looking for maps for me to play starting in 2 weeks. Just a sampling of things made by other people that you all want to suggest to me. If you made your own map, that's cool too, but you don't have to. But yeah, that'll be that, and then Thursday we'll have my chemistry stream, so we can watch me reacting to chemistry videos and explaining chemistry a little bit. But yeah, that'll be it, and I'll, you know, talk to y'all around throughout the week. I'll finish by catching up with the rest of chat. Oil Man is kind of a racist caricature. Yeah, a little bit. Good old Japanese culture. Oopsie. And then 4 maps. Okay, 4 maps. We're almost done with TNT then. I'm a chemist. I am actually a chemist by trade. Yes, I have a master's degree in chemistry, and I don't exactly do chemistry at my current job now, but I do work in lab safety, so, you know, I have to routinely think about my background, so yeah, it's fun. I like chemistry quite a bit, and so even if it's completely off topic from this channel, I will use this channel as an opportunity to yap about my favorite chemistry content, and most of it is funny, or at the very least well written. So not well written on my part, but well written on the thing I'm reacting to's part. So I promise you I do my best to be entertaining. I would love to see you there if you could. But yeah, so that'll be that. You can't show up to the next stream. Sorry to hear that, Chris. Hopefully you'll be able to show up to the you know, the Doom stream for your custom map though. We could try to make it happen. We could try to sync things up if that, you know, works out for you. Because it'd be, you know, kind of suck to not be able to see your own map you played, but, you know, we could work at that. You know, talk to us in the Discord. We could think about it. But for that, I've stalled long enough. Have a good night, everybody. That's the end of my spiel. And I will talk to many of you tomorrow and, you know, whenever I see you. So, bye. I still don't know how to end streams.